Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x15 on Xbox Live, and obviously you guys are probably enjoying my WWE 2K20 universe mode. And with WWE 2K, it's getting very close to Christmas time, and every Christmas I have got a WWE game. And that even includes WWE 2K20. Unfortunately, WWE 2K21 was cancelled, and we're getting WWE 2K22. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic game, and we already we've seen a couple of trailers. Now here, by using WWE 2K20, I will make predictions on who's going to be on the roster. Now, this isn't going to be the entire roster. This is only from the people that are on WWE 2K20 that will make it onto WWE 2K22. And I will go through briefly on some of them and explain some of them. Yes and no, and there might be like, oh yeah, I'll explain some of them. Starting from the top, all the way from A to Z, and I'll explain the reasons and stuff of what that is. So, with that said, I will talk about the ones that are that didn't make it onto the game that are in WWE now. So, starting with AJ Styles, obviously he will be on WWE 2K22. Because, well, he was recently at WrestleMania and became the Raw Tag Team Champions with Omos. And speaking of Omos, I definitely think he'll also be on WWE 2K22 alongside with this man right here, AJ Styles. Moving on to Akira Tozawa, obviously we'll probably definitely get an updated attire with the ninja look of Akira Tozawa. He's currently on Monday Night Raw and he's chasing after the 24/7 championship. Of course we're going to get Akira Tozawa. We'll also get Alexa Bliss, and I added it on Alexa Bliss was the women's tag team champions because out of all the women that were on this game that were officially a tag team, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were the last tag team that are on this game to have the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. But I think the actual Women's Tag Team Championships will belong to Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley, but I just couldn't be asked to make the tag team for this video. But for the sakes of this video, the Women's Tag Team Champions are Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. She will also make it there, but she'll be in her whole new getup. I also think there'll be an alternate attire for Alexa Bliss, as in this version of Alexa Bliss, or as maybe a separate, either a separate attire or a separate, in this case, to make the roster bigger, maybe Alexa Bliss 2017 look, the one that you got here. It'll be good to be able to play as both versions of her. And next up, we've got Ali. I've recently started doing the Retribution storyline my way on my universe mode. I hope you've been enjoying that. But I think we could get this version of Ali on WWE 2K22. It would make sense because we only just got Retribution and they split up to have this version and Retribution as a stable to have them in it and to have Mustafa Ali on the game. I just would make sense. And whether we'll have this version or the updated version, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, he's still on the roster as we speak of speaking of this video, making of this video. I reckon he'll definitely 100% likely make it, whether it be in this attire or the most updated attire that we have. But I feel like it's going to be the Retribution version of Mustafa Ali. Moving on to Andre the Giant. He's been in a lot of WWE 2K games and a lot of WWE games in general, so it's pretty obvious that he'll most likely make it, alongside as probably having Bobby the Brain Heenan as a manager again. Perhaps maybe some other members of the Heenan family. Maybe bring King Kong Bundy in there. Maybe even Haku. That would be nice. But yeah, Andre the Giant, definitely. Angelo Dawkins alongside Montez Ford. Yeah, they were the last Raw Tag Team Champions that I could see. I know there was the New Day, but to stop from getting confused because the New Day are on two separate brands, Angelo Dawkins is currently back on Raw, so with Montez Ford, so yeah, he'll be there alongside his Montez Ford. Apollo Crews will definitely be there because he's recently had this new gimmick up with a Commander Aziz. Again, Aziz, I hope, is a playable character too. That'll be fun to play as that. But yeah, Apollo Crews, definitely. Asuka, former Raw Women's Champion, she'll definitely be there, 100%. That will be it, 100%. She'll be on the game. There's no doubt about it. Baron Corbin. Also, I'd like to have 3 versions of him. The reason I say 3, I'd like to have Baron Corbin Lone Wolf version with maybe the no hair. I would like to have Constable Corbin, the one that we have here, slash Lone Wolf version. I'd like to have King Corbin as an alternate attire, and I'd also like to have Happy Corbin. Which version of Baron Corbin would you like to see in the game, or which version do you think we're going to have? Are we going to have Happy Corbin, or will we have King Corbin? That is the question. I'm hoping that we can have Baron Corbin and King Corbin and Happy Corbin as multiple attires. That'll be fun. Yeah. I socially put in Batista here because it does make sense because, well, Batista is a Hall of Famer, or future Hall of Famer. The fact that he made it into this game and even the last 2 previous games, 2K18 and 2K19, to have the Evolution theme song would be nice. And this Batista, and perhaps maybe a 2007 Batista, that would be really good too. But yeah, definitely think Batista would end up being in there. This is guaranteed. We saw her in the teaser trailer. We saw the updated version of Bayley in WWE teaser trailer that we saw. So yeah, she's guaranteed in there. We know that she is in there. Bayley, the role model, definitely in the game. And speaking of the man, Becky Lynch, she is also in WWE 2K22. We again saw her in the teaser trailer for what I can remember. But going on for another former women's champion, up next, Beth Phoenix. We have had her on the NXT commentary team. It would be nice to have her on the NXT commentary team as well as being a playable character again. Maybe change up the attire a bit, perhaps like a late 2012, with the blue and the black attire. I mean, she's a Hall of Famer. I think alongside with her husband Ed, who is in the game, we know this for sure. Up next is Bianca Bellaire. She won the Women's Royal Rumble and she was the SmackDown Women's Champion. There's no doubt about that. She will definitely be on the game. The Big Boss Man, again, I think I deliberately chose the Attitude Era version of the Big Boss Man. It would be nice to bring this version of the Boss Man back into WWE 2K22. Let me know. Do you think we should have this version or the Hard Times version? You know, it would be fun to see the Big Boss Man back in WWE 2K22. Definitely. Big E, the WWE Champion, Big E. This is my own custom attire, but I have a feeling that we will see him on Monday Night Raw as the WWE Champion in his new and updated attire. Of course, he's going to be there, no doubt about that. Former WWE Champion Bobby Lashley and the rest of the Hurt Business, including Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, and of course, I think they're most likely going to bring back MVP as a playable character too. Have the Hurt Business as a stable. Why not? That would be really good to see. But yeah, Bobby Lashley. We actually have seen him been scanned, and Booker T is actually officially on WWE 2K22. So I hope you can dig that, sucker! Now this is controversial, folks. This next one is Braun Strowman. Now, we recently was a thing on Facebook where they were showing off winning animations and entrances, and one of the winning animations was Braun Strowman's. That was shown before Braun Strowman was released, and as I'm going to explain for Braun Strowman and a couple of others that I've chosen here, the reason why I think he'll make it in WWE 2K22 is because technically he hasn't showed up on Impact or any other wrestling show. Yeah, I think he may have done some appearances on in the indie circuits. I'm not too sure, and he's trying. I thought WWE may be looking to get Braun Strowman back, but the fact that he most likely may have been scanned right before he was released, the reason why I just think this version of Braun Strowman will be in the game, only just in there. That's just wishful thinking, because he technically hasn't done anything, and he's actually applied by the 90 days or 30 days non-compete clause of these contracts. So yeah, I think he could easily just about make it, and that 2K22 will be his last game. The same goes for Bray Wyatt, because technically, no matter what the reasonings of firing Bray Wyatt, again, it would just be fun, wouldn't it? To have the Firefly Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt on WWE 2K22. Yeah, for Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, it's very unlikely, but it's more likely than some of the others that are on the released list. So yeah, the Bray Wyatt and the Fiend I think are more likely to be on the game compared to some of the others that recently got released. Bret the Hitman Hart, because he's a Hall of Famer, yeah, he appeared on AEW to reveal the AEW Championship, but that was the only one time he appeared. So he's with him being a Hall of Famer and the water is under the bridge, and the fact that he's on WWE 2K20 means that he will most likely appear on 2K22 as well. The same with Brian Kendrick. He is officially retired now, but he's still under the contract with WWE right as we speak. I even looked on their website and he's a member of the roster. So yeah, I think Brian Kendrick will make it too. Bray Wyatt is a Hall of Famer. That's the only reason why I can think about it. I know that Daniel Bryan is on AEW, but that doesn't stop Bray from being on WWE 2K20. So it's just pretty simple. We just saw Brock Lesnar return, for Pete's sake. If he's not on WWE 2K22, I don't really want to play it. But in all seriousness, I probably will, because let's face it, he will be. He'll have the updated beard and everything. Brutus the Prophet Beefcake, I put him on there because why not? Because of the fact that they will hardly have anyone on the 2K roster. So Brutus, you'll survive this again. Once again, we'll get him there because, for the last 3 or 4 years we've had him on the game. Now, this is controversial, but due to the fact that, again, he hasn't technically done nothing to go. He hasn't appeared on AEW, and he's going to be making his own wrestling company, but he hasn't done it yet. I think he could easily make it on WWE 2K20 under the name Murphy. I could be wrong, and we might not see him, but if it was down to me, because of the fact that he could have been scanned beforehand, and he could most likely make it. I like to generally think he could easily make it. Only just. Candice LeRae, obviously, she's on NXT. Same with Carmella. She's currently wrestling. This is easy for me to decide. Cedric Alexander, yeah, definitely. Cesaro, he's been working his arse off lately, so there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be in the game. These are all obvious ones now, so the same with Chad Gable, and we might even see the Alpha Academy. That would be great to see too. Charlotte Flair is the current SmackDown Women's Champion, for Pete's sake. Yeah. China, again, it's a very, very but the fact that she just got put onto 2K20 to pay respect to the late great China, what's the chances of being on 2K22? Very high. So yeah, I think she'll be on WWE 2K22. I don't see any reasons why not. To Dakota Kai, she's currently under contract. Dana Brooke, same thing. She's on there, I think, the Raw brand. So yeah. Diesel, again, he's been on a lot of games recently. Kevin Nash / Diesel, they will be there. Dolph Ziggler, yeah, definitely. Drew Gulak, yes. Only just about, yeah. Drew McIntyre, 100%. The late great Dusty Rhodes, maybe up in a different gimmick, maybe the cowboy boots and stuff, but of course, and why not? He's Dusty Rhodes. Maybe he won't be due to his last name, but I don't see why not. The late great Eddie Guerrero, we just celebrated 16, well, I would say 16, celebrated, but 16 years ago he passed away, so yeah, he'll be on the game. We're back. And yeah, we know that Edge is on the game. We've seen him on the teaser trailer, so no need to worry about Edge. He ain't going anywhere. We have no idea where Elias is, but he'll be on the game. They only just got released. I'm pretty sure she's already been scanned, and I don't think at this point 2K is going to be like, you know what, fuck it, we'll keep them on there. So Ember Moon, yes. Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, they will be on the game, so they have been on TV quite a lot, you know, so it's still definitely yes. Now again, controversial, I put him as the NXT Tag Team Champions because the others were only just gotten released, and again hasn't really done anything, hasn't appeared on Impact or anything, and due to the fact that he hasn't appeared anywhere, I reckon he'll most likely be on the game because of that whole NXT thing before they released him and Tyler Breeze. Again, I've already mentioned the theme, so we'll go right past to the next one for Finn Balor. Please have an alternate attire to this person right here, Finn Balor Demon, instead of having two separate ones. Because to have that, we had that in 2K17, or 2K18, I can't remember which one, where it was, you could switch between the two, and it would have two different entrances and movesets. So I want to just have 2K22 have Finn Balor and Finn Balor Demon as an alternate attire. Goldberg, we saw him in the teaser trailer, so it's all good. Only just gotten released, this guy, Grand Metalik, so he, again, hasn't really done nothing. It's possible that he's gotten scanned. He'll be in the game, most likely. To pay respect to the late great Luke Harper, come on WWE, allow him to be in WWE 2K22, please. To pay respects to at least. If that was me, I would. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, you know, he was on WWE 2K20. He's only just come back. I think he'll be there with an NWO version as well. You know, I personally think 100% be on the game. Humberto Carrillo, and of course his cousin is there too. I have forgotten. He's got Angel Garza. That's it. Yeah, they'll be on the game, no doubt. Rio Shirai, yeah, she'll be on the game. I think she's one of the ones that got released recently. I can't remember, but I think she's still on the WWE contract. Again, I mentioned yes to Eric and Ivar. Jackson Riker, he'll probably most have an updated attire, so yes. Jeff Hardy, yeah, he's recently on the Survivor Series team, so yeah, definitely. Charity King Lorna, for recently being brought back in as a playable character on WWE 2K20. Bring him back for 2K22. Thank you very much. Jimmy and, well, Jay Uso's the Usos, but this is Jay Uso. Well, I probably definitely have the shorter haircut. They are the ones. Jim the other night hot to go with Bret Hart. Jimmy Uso. And also, on the Usos, bring Alpha and Sika as legends on the WWE under the Legends contract, and even bring back Rikishi. That'll be cool. Jinder Mahal, he's on Monday Night Raw, and bring on Veer and Shanky too. That would be a really good playable characters. John Cena, because yeah, there's always a WWE game with John Cena on it. Johnny Gargano, I put him as the North American champion because he was the, like, apart from the others that will most likely be on the game too, he was the last one that was on WWE 2K20 that makes sense. So yeah, he'll be on the game. Kane, we saw him on the Tuesday trailer, so we know he's on the game. So yeah, moving on. Keith Lee. Again, controversial, I know, but he's only just gotten released alongside Karrion Kross, so those two as well will most likely be on the game. Due to the fact that he's only just been released and he is under the no 90 days, no complete cause, and by the time the WWE 2K22 comes out, he'll be on the game, let's face it. Kevin Nash, I already mentioned him with Diesel. Kevin Owens, for all the controversy going around whether Kevin Owens will stick around, he'll be on the game. Kofi Kingston, yes, definitely. Again, this one is interesting. I chose Kurt Angle because he did make some rough appearances ever since being released to make, you know, predictions of different matches and had these opinions and stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's probably appeared on the bump or whatever, the satellite, so due to the fact that they do still have respect for him, he got released under his contract, but there's no beef between him and Vince McMahon. He's a legend, and because of the fact that he's a legend, I don't see why he can't be on WWE 2K22. Yeah, he got released, but it could be one of those yeah, but situations. We know that Kyle O'Reilly is one of the last remaining two members of the Undisputed Era that's on NXT right now, so yeah. Lacey Evans, she recently gave birth to a baby girl. I think she's recently just became pregnant again and gave birth recently, but she's technically on Monday Night Raw, so congratulations to her, but she will be on WWE 2K22. The same with Lindsay Dorado when I said he's only just gotten released with Grand Mental League. I think he'll be there. Leader, Hall of Famer, for that reason, she'll be there. Liv Morgan, of course she will be. 100%, there's no doubt. I've added my Mace in there. Yes, he will be there. He's actually on the roster as we speak. Mandy Rose, currently the NXT Women's Champion. Of course she will be. All faces of Foley. I've got Mankind here, but all of the faces of Foley I think will be there. He's not technically part of the roster, but he wasn't part of the roster when WWE 2K20 came out, so if it's possible to get his likeness again, then we'll have Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love. I'd love to see it. Mark Andros is currently part of 205 Live, and I think maybe NXT, so yeah. Maurice, not even close to being part of it, but might just be added just because, you know, Maurice is related, is the Miz's wife. She's not even part of the roster, even from when this was released. So, why not? Matt Riddle, RK Bro. That's all I gotta say about that. Mia Yim only just gotten released as well. It's will we see her as Mia Yim or maybe as the other Retribution member? But I think she'll just about make it. Mickie James, because she's a legend, I think could easily make it to 2K22 to make up for the whole release fiasco. I put her in the game under my own predictions due to the fact that she's just another legend that you could play as. The Miz, currently on Dancing with the Stars as we speak, but yeah, of course he will. Montez Ford, yeah, alongside Angelo Dawkins, like I said. It's the owner of the goddamn company, so of course he's going to be in the game. Naomi, yes, she's part of the bloodline, realistically, if you think about it. She will be soon, in my opinion, so yes. Natalya, yes, she's part of the Hart family, there's no doubt about it, and plus she's on the current roster, so yeah. Again, controversial, she's only just been released, and she's not doing much, so she'll be on there. Again, Nikki Bella, a Hall of Famer. That's all I gotta say. Due to the fact that she's a Hall of Famer, she'll be on there. Nikki Cross, she's only just gotten that new gimmick, so yes. Noam Dar, I have no idea if he's on active roster, but he is. He's part of 205 Live. Only looking, that's the thing. He actually got asked whether he's going to be on WWE 2K22. He said he doesn't know, but he was scanned. So, due to the fact that he was scanned, I'm going to say yes. Only due to the fact that, that 2K are probably fed up of all these releases and will put on anyone at this point. Otis, he's part of the Alpha Academy. Of course he'll be on there. Paige is still technically is actually still under a contracted superstar under the WWE roster. You look her up, she's still there. So she's still under contract, she'll be there. Papa Shango, aka Charles Wright. Will we get to see Papa Shango again, or will we see the Godfather, or the Good Father? Or Karma Mustafa, or just every single one of those. To be honest, I'd love to see all of those gimmicks of Charles Wright. He's been in interviews and stuff. He's been on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, the Broken Skull session. So yeah, he'll be on there. Pete Dunne, former NXT UK champion. Yeah, he's on NXT UK. So yes, and he's on NXT as well. So yeah, he'll be there. The former 24/7 champion, R-Truth, yes. His voice is in his head, and he's currently in one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, so yeah. Ooh, yeah! Of course he will. The same with Scott Hall and Razor Ramon, yeah, of course he will be. Rey Mysterio and even his son Dominic will make an appearance because, one, we saw Rey Mysterio as one of the freaking first people to be on there. Like I said, I should have mentioned if this is Cesaro. It was them two that got showed off that first clip. So yeah, he's on there. Rhea Ripley, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions in real life. So yeah. Ricky Steamboat, again, legend of the business, a Hall of Famer. I think he'll be on the game. Ricochet, currently on SmackDown. Very, very talented wrestler. He'll be on there. This version of Robert Roode alongside with Dolph Ziggler as the Dirty Thugs. I think so. Yes. Don't even need to explain myself for this one. Roderick Strong, the final member left as part of the Undisputed Era, they'll only be on the game. Roderick Strong, yes, and he's actually the current Cruiserweight Champion as well. Yeah, he's the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, and we saw him in the teaser trailer, so yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely. Got fired, came back, so he's in. Only just returned, so yes. I said this before with Razor Ramon, yeah. The Visionary, of course he is. Hey, if Vince McMahon can be on the game, then so can Shane. Speaking of Shane, here's Shane Thorne. Thrown in there just because he played, because he had that new gimmick, Slapjack. So, have Shane Thorne and Slapjack, either way, I'm happy. Hall of Famer, multi-time champion, of course is gonna be in the game. Yeah, she's badass. She's gonna kick ass. She'll be in the game. Former United States champion, I put him as the United States champion here, but even though it currently belongs to Damian Priest, and speaking of Damian Priest, yeah, he'll also be in the game, but this man right here, I hope he can entertain you, because are you not entertained with this guy? Shelton Benjamin, we saw him in the chokeslam by Kane in the teaser trailer. So yeah, he's already in the game. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, he's currently the Intercontinental Champion, so yes. Yeah, she's the general manager. We might get her as a manager or general manager, but I'd love to play her as her one more time, so yes. Again, the same thing with Stephanie McMahon, to go alongside with Triple H and Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. So yes, she'll be in the game. Oh hell yeah! With all these Broken Skull sessions, you should hope that he's on the game. T-Bar, yeah, he'll be on there. Tamina, we recently saw her on SmackDown, on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown as the one half of the women's tag team champions, alongside with Natalya. So yes, he's been on TV recently helping out Cameron Grimes, and Cameron Grimes, another guy that will be on WWE 2K22. So yes, for Ted DiBiase. He's an ambassador at WWE. He does a lot of work. So yeah, he will be. Currently the NXT champion, so yes. Currently on SmackDown, so yes. I have no idea where he is, but he is he is contracted with WWE, so yeah. Alongside with Tyler Bate as part of Mustache Mounting, I think. So I know there's been a bit of beef between him and Vince McMahon, but I think he'll be on the game, most likely. Hall of Famer. She most likely I'd love to see an updated version of her, but yeah. Again, as I said with Strength 7, Mustache Melting, NXT 205, you name it, he'll be there. As I said with Fandango, only just gotten released, but then currently not doing nothing, and he was a big part of Up, Up, Down, Down, or Left, Right. So, yeah. Bit controversial, but yeah, he'll be there. Maybe have a different attire, perhaps, but he'll be there. Of course, we can't have a WWE game without having The Undertaker in there, so definitely. X-Pac. I chose X-Pac because... Why not? Because it seems logical that, you know, to be in a WWE 2K22 after beating WWE 2K20, it makes sense, you know. Of course, the final member of the New Day, yes, he is King Woods now, so of course he'll be there. And finally, Selena Vane, recently getting this big massive push. She got released but then came back, so... It's easy to put her back in the game. I would be surprised if she wasn't in the game. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of my WWE superstars from 2K20 that will be on WWE 2K22 predictions video. Let me know in the comments, who do you think will be in the game? Do you think that some of those that I chose won't be? Let me know. And until next time, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.